All right, good morning, Advantage members. It's Monday, May 24th, 8 a.m. Wanted to do a quick analysis for y'all. Real quick, I just closed out of my Matic spot position, both in my main account and my 5K account. So I want to let y'all know, like I said, it was right around this 151 level. There's many reasons why I've decided to close out here. So I'm going to discuss those as succinctly as possible. But one of the more simplest reasons is that this is the easiest identifiable SR level, right? You could clearly see resistance, support, 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 breaks up, support, support, breaks up again, fails right here, rejects this area, and then sells off. We're coming into that crucial area one more time. So I want to start getting out of my position until I see the market itself is ready to start turning, or this thing turns into an SR flip, and then maybe we can aim back towards, $2 and some change. Okay. It's a very, very fickle market, and there's many things happening that are making me realize that at the very least, I should be cautious and sell into this initial rally that we've had. Because guess what, right? If I go on the daily from last night, Matic is up 37%. Okay. Right off the bat, when I see rallies like this after a huge, week of selling, I want to get out at that big pump. Not because I'm questioning the validity of the, bull market or anything. It's because you want to sell a pump like this. And also, like I said, we have a pretty key SR level right around this 150 area. Additionally, if you look at the weekly, right, look at how the weekly looks. On the first day of the weekly, this is how the rebound candle is looking, right? It's entirely possible that from here, we just blast on up. But again, I think I'll have plenty of time to get back into position if I need to. But for now, I've decided to close out this position to cash, because guess what? A lot of my positions right now, especially my main account, they're down quite a bit. Ray is down 67%. Sushi is down 34%. YFI is down 31%. Matic is the only one that I was just able to turn basically into 100% sell, right? Ethereum is maybe up like 10% from my entry point. RGT is down quite a bit, right? So the point is, all in all, there's just a huge amount of market inconsistencies that I'm recognizing, and I'm going to talk to y'all about some of those. Okay. First thing that I'm recognizing is in this kind of spiraling market, it seems like the sentiment is going back and forth quite a bit. Okay. There's no clear, bearish bias down here. It's more of like, how many dips can we buy? And that to me is really scary, because guess what? Every asset that we look at across the board, right? Let's just pick Solana first, let's see how much Solana is down from its all-time highs, right? Solana is still down 47%. It was down almost damn near 67% just about 24 hours ago, right? Let's see something like Sushi. Okay, Sushi was down from the high to the low almost 71%. Now it's down 53%. Okay, so whether you look at the percentage, markdowns that we've had, or the SR levels that we've kind of broken through. So for example, for Sushi, this is the key SR level, right? We're already under it. Okay, so what you want to see is the bigger market cap assets like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, climb up above their key SR levels, or even say good assets like Sushi or Matic or Solana climb up above some key SR levels, which are visible on the daily and weekly, and then we can start talking about higher prices. Until then, like I stated from yesterday, right, I want to be playing a level-to-level directional play, right? So for here, for example, I want to be selling into this area because this is the most easy SR level that I can identify. Now, obviously I could look dumb and, tomorrow this thing rockets off to $2, right? But hopefully I get an opportunity to take a small trade from $1.50 to $2 up here. I'll just take it as a levered position. But for now, I want to get out of my spot because I don't want to deal with the uncertainty that I'm seeing in the market and the back and forth sentiment of everybody buying the dip. Now, there's two important retweets that I've had from Barry Silber and The Long View, this account that I follow. The first one is, where the crypto market goes from here is completely dependent on the stock market over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so here's kind of how the stock market looks. Nothing terrible in my opinion, but let's see how the rest of the week goes, right? Because even for the stock market, things have been pretty choppy. Even in the growth space, right? The growth space, we pay attention to things like Tesla, Salesforce, Amazon, these companies, right? Even those assets have kind of been on a pretty sharp downtrend, basically from the middle of January. Okay. So for the most part, even the stock market is not really giving us, bottoming signals or signals where we have to start, pushing up because we've had capitulation. Not really seeing anything like that. The other part of it is this tweet that really resonated with me is, it's not the bottom when the biggest pumpers keep telling you to buy the dip. The bottom is when they're too embarrassed to open their mouths. And that has resonated with me even in the stock market, because see, the interesting thing about when markets do capitulate and when they do bottom, it's almost frightening to be able to start buying the dips and start, letting the world know that you're buying the dip here, because it just seems so insane. And at present moment, I do think it's insane. And I do think that we've had such a huge sell-off. And my personal belief has always been that with this kind of sell-off, if this asset class is truly bullish from here, we might get the most epic rebound ever witnessed in the entire crypto space. Or maybe the data is right. Maybe the charts are right. Maybe the indicators are right. And all of those are telling you in confluence that we've never had this kind of sell-off, this kind of breakdown of all indicators across the board that we pay attention to, all the levels of significance in terms of support that have been broken down. And historically, in bull markets, Bitcoin has rarely, if ever, broken down this much and gone on to put in a new all-time high anytime soon. Right? So for example, some of the simple things that we pay attention to, 200 daily moving average, right? Historically, as soon as you start breaking the 200 daily moving average, like it did back here in March 2018, we went sideways for 6 to 9 months. We reclaimed it right here, again, failed multiple times. Finally, in 2020 May, we reclaimed that moving average, and we haven't broken it since, right? As y'all can see. The other one we pay attention to is the weekly, right? 21 EMA. Okay, again, same thing like the 200 MA on the daily. Historically in bull markets, man, we have not ever done that, ever. Okay, every time we've broken it, we've gone down and sideways for 6 to 9 months. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing to raise more cash, be more careful, and not be so, into myself about this whole bull market theory, because I really want to believe, my own analysis that, hey, it is entirely possible from here in the midst of this chaos that we could go on and put in a new all-time high. But am I fooling myself and am I lying to myself by doing so? Because all the data is telling me that we've never done this. So what I'm really saying is, my belief is bigger than all the metrics and indicators beyond. And that just doesn't sound rational to me. So I gave it a lot of thought, even last night. And I was thinking about it. I was like, why am I so adamant to believe that we have to come back, up into a bull market anytime soon? Because even Austin and I discussed just last week when we did our video, when you have this kind of sharp sell-off, right? Effectively, what will happen over the next coming weeks is, if this market is truly to be bullish, you will create a base, you will create a range, and then from here, how you break up or down out of that range will be telling, right? For the next several months, maybe even a year or so. Okay. So at present moment where I sit right now is to be careful, closing out at least my Matic position in my 5K account, and I close it in my main account. But now I have to deal with the losses of some of these positions right here, right? And I'll figure out how to deal with those because, guess what, right? A couple of weeks back, I had closed out a majority of my position on April 19th. And luckily, I was able to take home a bunch of profit. So, worst case, it'll offset some of this stuff, but I really want to get out at some optimal prices without having to incur more and more losses on these positions. So I'm sitting in cash right now in Matic in my 5K account, and I'm asking myself, have I made the right decision, right? Well, point is, I'll never really know if it was a perfect decision, but from a, expected value perspective going forward, from a risk reward perspective, I think it is a more safe decision for my capital because guess what? Whether it's this SR level that I'm selling into, whether it's all the metrics that we're seeing that are broken on Bitcoin, whether it's even this data from the total market cap of the crypto space, which again, if you don't want to look at individual assets, right? Individual assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, look at the technicals of the total market cap right here. See, we were in a very nice uptrend. We were putting in higher lows and higher highs in the overall market cap. And guess what? That changed. That changed right here on 19th May. On 19th May, we literally broke down, right? And basically from the highs to where we are right now, we've lost about $1.04 trillion in market cap. We've lost 40% of value of the entire crypto space. The money has just completely just evaporated. Now, obviously, you and I know that the money didn't evaporate. There was a lot of profit taking that happened. Profit taking by people who are probably more astute and aware of the happenings of the crypto space. Maybe they're aware that the US stock market is going to get a sell-off. Maybe they're aware that the Dixie is going to bounce and, people in the crypto space or the stock market are going to be forced to go into the dollar. Maybe they're aware that maybe the 10-year bond yields are going to rip higher. I don't know, right? We don't really need to worry about these secondary factors because if you focus on crypto itself, it has already shown you that it has gone through a massive sell-off. So the only way to fix that, okay, the only way to repair that kind of damage is for us to understand that can we start reclaiming some of the market cap lost, some of the technical levels that were lost on Bitcoin and Ethereum and Matic and Solana. And then from there, can we push higher? Because it's entirely possible that we don't. And for a little while, we stay range bound in a particular territory, a particular range, and then we figure it out. Is that pretty clear so far? Okay. So again, the tweets kind of made me think a lot. I was thinking about this kind of stuff over the weekend, right? I'm glad I didn't sell, the bottom. I'm glad I was selling on the bounce back up, right? I bought some more ETH, but again, it's not significant size and I'm really not at a big loss, at least not yet. So that's all I'm looking to do with my portfolio right now. Keshav says a bit of FOMO at the market, that's green right now. Yeah. See, this is the other thing, the sentiment flipping that's going back and forth. It really, really paranoids me because I really don't like that the first bounce that you see from a 70 or 60% sell-off like this that we've had, the first bounce is where everybody gets bullish. And so when historically, again, I have rarely ever seen a market, from here like this, give that first day of the bounce and then just turbo mode straight into a bull market. Okay. That's why when I see a huge bounce like this and you see sentiment shifting from almost death yesterday to now feeling like God today, that's probably the euphoria that you want to sell into. At least that's how I feel. Again, not financial advice. You guys can make your own decisions, but that's what I'm preparing to do. Okay. Vishal says Luna is looking all sorts of crazy. Let's check out Luna. So I put out a thread on Luna just yesterday, right? I put this in DeFi chat. Okay, basically what was happening was, Luna was seeing all kinds of collateral damage because Luna is one of those assets that has its currency pegged to the value of the networks, something like that. I forgot exactly what it is. There's a research paper on it that I'd posted. But the point is, there was some excessive risk that was being priced into Luna over the last, several days, several weeks. And yesterday, it almost looked like the whole network was going to just plunge and collapse. But looks like, there's a pretty decent bullish engulfing candle. Now, is this bullish engulfing because Luna has repaired its problems, or is it because the whole market is bouncing up? I would probably say the latter, because the whole market is bouncing up right now, right? Bitcoin looks like it's about to put in a bullish engulfing. Luna looks like it's about to put in a bullish engulfing. Ethereum looks pretty good too, in my opinion, right? Put in a pretty strong bullish candle right here. So all in all, it looks like, today's a great day because we've had such a sell-off and now we're bouncing back. And so people are thinking, what could go wrong from here? Well, a lot of things could actually go wrong, right? Maybe we, hit some KSR levels and then we start rolling over again. Maybe the stock market takes a crap. Maybe the Dixie starts popping or the 10-year treasury yield starts going up, and that causes another sell-off. There could be many factors, a multitude of factors. Right now, your most valuable asset is to be able to protect your capital, okay? Because after seeing such a huge sell-off, right, you don't want to be in the same position left behind after you see, a rebound candle like this, and then the market, goes sideways or starts bleeding down some more. You may, get mad at yourself for selling the rebound, but it's okay, because guess what? If we reclaim key levels, then we can make level to level plays, right? That's really it. That's how I'm going to go about playing the market for the next several days, several weeks, until I see that either we've put in a base or we've reclaimed specific levels. Even from the indicator standpoint, the indicators that Harry made are Alpha Trade's proprietary indicators. There's not really a whole lot that one can say that the indicators are flashing buy signals. Okay, they're saying that, hey, we found some support, but we don't really know if this is the support, right? Because guess what? We thought the support was right here. Nope, broke down. We thought the support was right there. Nope, broke down, right? So from the BTC standpoint, we just kept selling off further and further. So I don't really know if we're, going to sell off further down here, which is around 23 to 24K, based on, how this green line is coming up. Okay. From, let's just say, a daily perspective on the shepherd down here, it definitely looks like we've hit some oversold conditions. And if you look at this very closely, this looks like the L, which is this kind of low, and we're now having some bullish divergence down here, right? So good sign indeed. Okay, so it's a potential that this is the bottom, but we won't know until we start seeing a base being created or key resistance levels being broken. On the hourly perspective, I think the market is pretty clear in identifying, like I said, this is our next KSR level. Okay, so if we get above this, then we could squeeze all the way to 42. If we get above 42, I would probably figure we get maybe to 47, maybe as high as 50K. But again, we've still got a lot of resistance to chew through here, and then on the way back up, we don't even know if we're going to squeeze through some of these shorts. There's a lot of liquidity, I will say, that's sitting above in terms of short stops above that area, and above this area. So if you start squeezing this area, it's possible that you hit the next liquidity pocket right here pretty fast. I just don't know if we're going to get there anytime soon. Okay. So what other questions do y'all have? Are you kind of clear with the game plan? So again, my decision making is for my personal, money, my finances. If you believe that you want to hang on to something like Matic or Ethereum or any of these altcoins, right? Be my guest. That's totally fine. I was just stating my own analysis from my perspective of why I'm letting go some of these positions, just so you guys understand, I'm doing this openly, and I'm just looking out for my own P&L. What will you be doing with RGT? I got to think about RGT, man. It's down so much. Luckily, I don't have a significant amount of capital in it, but even with RGT, like, I'll probably consider selling it. I'm not sure. Right now, Matic is really the only one that has given me a significant bounce. Who knows? Maybe RGT gets me back to somewhere near break even over the next 24 hours. If it doesn't, I will consider selling at these prices, but I'll let y'all know. For now, again, Matic is the only position that I'm looking at that's showing me that I'm in a good position to get out, in good profit, right? Most of these other positions, let's just say, Radium, Sushi, Nexus Mutual even is down quite a bit, right? Ethereum is barely up 10, 20%. I'm not sure I want to go fully into cash, but, at least for now, I'm going to start taking some of the profits on heavily profitable positions. All right. Is that clear? Any other questions, folks? Anything else? So let's see how the rest of the day goes. Let's see how, rest of the week goes even. I'll keep you all updated. Okay. That's it. Take care, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.